Hey there. So I just was going to comment on the newest season of Stranger Things. Not really about the shows per se, although I think it's going amazing. More like the fact that it's 1987 and I was like 11 in 1987, after May of 1987. And I was telling my husband I had a pink radio, and boy, did I jam to that Tiffany song. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So definitely feeling the nostalgia. Um, I've created like an ode to Stranger Things playlist, which a lot of it is stuff from their actual playlist, but I also threw in some songs that I like Martika's Toy Soldiers, if you know it. And another one that was my favorite was Tapau's Heart and Soul, which I just looked up and found out that came out in 1987. First in the UK, and it was a flop, and then like by September, October of 1987, it was hitting the charts in America pretty hard, and I remember thinking it was such a groove. I put that on my Ode to Stranger Things playlist. I sort of picture two certain people that should be getting together, maybe that song. But I don't want to put too much stock in it because we never know if it's going to end the way we want it to. So if Byler does not happen, I just maybe want to keep that a little piece in my heart, because all of us have had that one person we wanted so badly. And sometimes they're our best friend, and sometimes they're not our best friend. So, being a person with ADHD and dealing most of my life with some sort of limerence, I get it. I do. And then on top of it, like, to actually really have a beautiful story about two young boys who are figuring out who they are, figuring out that they're both gay, which could be the case, and doing that in a time period of the 1980s, which, whew, that's a tough one. That's a big one. But I don't know, man. Christmas is like, what, 4 days away, so can't make any promises, right? We just don't know how it's gonna end. Don't know who we're gonna lose and who's gonna stay and who's gonna win. But you can still make those playlists. You could still listen to those songs. I was even thinking about making a Byler playlist. So yeah, if you're someone like me who loves playlists, I used to do them like crazy before Spotify. Now I do them on Spotify, and I'll make a playlist for almost anything. Rain, heat, the last playlist ever. Playlists for holidays, playlists for emotions and feelings, and you can make a playlist for characters you like. So yeah, I don't know, man. If we were gonna do a Byler playlist, what would you put on it? I did see an interview with Finn Wolfhard saying something about picking INXS's Never Tear Us Apart, and I had to put that on my Ode to Stranger Things playlist because INXS is amazing. But for me, like, I was born in the late 70s and grew up in the 80s. I was, like I said, 11 in 87. So I just loved everything that was over the top and melodramatic, whether it was movies or music. So, and this is about young kids growing up and coming into their own and figuring out who they are, staying true to themselves and their emotions. And part of it's probably going to be about how, even if you take the sci-fi-ness out of it, friends grow apart too. We don't always stay close, and that's the sad part. But it's a moment, it's nostalgic, and if you're a Gen Xer like me, you definitely can get into the music, right? So let me know what you think. Music for Byler. And it could be 80s, but sometimes I think there's stuff nowadays that could totally fit too. Just whatever you think, let me know. And happy holidays.